is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravity here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, I have to be real. I recorded a 6010 video for King Shazam, and the plan was to record a 7011 video for him like 2 days from now. I was going to release a 6010 video today, and when I go to put everything together, of course it has been deleted. How? I'm a moron sometimes, and I probably just accidentally deleted it. In fact, I'm sure I accidentally deleted it. But so now what I'm going to have to do is, instead of doing a 6010 and a 7011 video, I'm just going to do both. And I'm literally recording this 30 minutes before I release it because I'm going to record this. The video is not going to be as in-depth as it typically is in terms of the 6010 side. Now, fortunately, I was able to record him in action at 6010 because I've already taken him 7011, as you can see. But I did record him at 6010, so you can see him on that heroic node, chapter 8, the very last node. You'll see his damage and get it and be able to compare it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go into that right now, but before I start with that, I drop DC Legends videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Raid Shadow Legends videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So please like, please subscribe, and if you don't like it, then hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I just got off work. I'm exhausted right now, if you can't tell from my face, but gotta do it. I said every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I try to hold to that. Sometimes it gets released like the morning after, but I try to hold to that as best I can. So, in any case, go through his kit very quickly, then I'll switch over to the video of the 6010, and I'm going to take him into PvP at 7011. Full disclosure, I don't think, like, you can make him work at PvP, so that's not the problem per se. In certain situations, you can make him work. But I feel like he's more of a PvE character because Disease, to me, is more of a long-term, unless you're stacking up tons, is more of a long-term play in PvE, especially with so many Martian Manhunters and Green Lanterns and those who purge debuffs. A lot of those are running around in PvP, and so it's kind of hard to get Disease and to make it stick. Like, it does work if you get a lot of them on there, and it can be awesome, but you can only use it really in specific circumstances. But anyway, so getting into his kit. Corrupted Strength of Hercules, heavy damage to a target, apply 25% turn meter down if the target has disease, which is actually a pretty awesome ability, I believe. 20% additional damage for each disease on the target, max 100%. So automatically, you want him to be running with other characters that give disease. Now, well, I'll go through his kit. In his kit, he does give one disease to a random enemy at the beginning of battle, but that's one disease on a random enemy. So if that disease, I think if there's a taunter, the disease won't be random. It'll be attracted to the taunter, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of like when you do an AoE attack, and it's like an AoE with a chance to stun one, it automatically always goes to that debuff automatically goes to the taunter. So I'm pretty sure if it's random, but there's a taunter, it'll land on the taunter. In fact, I'll give it a look. I'll try it in a PvP. But anyway, onto his A2, which I like a lot. Damage to a single target, but the thing I like the most is that it apply stun. I think Disease works best with stun comps. I like the idea of having Disease on a turn 0 taunter like Power Girl. She's perfect for this, especially if you have a man bat, because she taunts and then she doesn't have a debuff immunity. So once you hit her, she gives herself death immunity and she has a bunch of disease, and so she kills the rest of the team and she's the last one to fall. So I love using it against Power Girl. And then for his legendary point, it is apply Enrage if the target has disease. I'm not big on Enrage or Silence or those kinds of debuffs. I mean, it's handy to have, but I'm not really racing towards it. So, Corrupted Power of Zeus. Damage to all enemies and 75% chance to use Corrupted Strength of Zeus, or Hercules, sorry, on a random enemy, which is a pretty good chance. And then it also has apply heal immunity on the primary target. I like primary target more than random target, which of course I think everybody does. And so I'm trying to think of like the heal immunity. You're really trying to block your revivers there, but as I think about it, if it's damage to all enemies, I don't think that AoE is going to hit hard. I don't think it's going to be like a Black Adam back in the day kind of devastating hit. So heal immunity on that target. I mean, if they get hit on the next one, then they won't revive. Because heal immunity to me, it does help with revive. But when you have like a single target heal immunity in this way, it makes me think of just blocking revive instead of worrying about the heal so much. But I mean, it can be useful against healers. So forgive my kind of confusing rambling right there. I'm kind of thinking through like really the uses for that heal immunity, kind of like with Kilowog and having the primary target stun. You use that against Azrael immediately. You know what that's for. I'm trying to think of like where that would be in handy against an energy, and I can't think of any energy tunes that revive on their own. I mean, they can be on a team, but anyway. Passive ability. At the end of every enemy turn, if the enemy has disease, 75% chance to apply 3 strength downs and 3 intelligence downs. That's an incredible ability to me. I think that also speaks to PvE a little bit more than PvP, but I think it works both. I think it's awesome in both places. And also King Shazam gain a medium overheal, which is great. It helps with the survivability, but it also yields itself to you want to have a bunch of disease running around on the enemy team. Passive ability. Every time King Shazam deals damage, 100% chance when you ring it out to apply 2 disease on a random enemy. Apply disease to a random enemy at the start of combat. That's the thing that I was saying before. Every time Shazam deals damage. See, this is the thing that I did not pay that much attention to. Because I thought when he deals damage, just 90% chance to apply disease, but on a random enemy. I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish you could decide. I wish it was whatever enemy you hit, like Ra's al Ghul's. Whatever enemy you hit is the one that gets that disease. Anyway, it is what it is. I do like his kit. I don't think he's going to be that game changing. We already probably know by now we're already into June, and I had so many guys that I had to do beforehand. So that's why he's coming out a little bit late. But my view on him is that he's good, not great. I'm going to love using him because I love the disease debuff, but I don't think he's going to be like a great tune that you use. So in any case, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch over to the 610 video, and I'll be right back. So as you can see, it's loading up right now. I have the same teams that I typically run here. That is your Green Arrow at lead. You have Kid Flash, then you have Cyborg, and then you'll have King Shazam. Now the main goal here is just to give a baseline for their damage. I call Green Arrow average. So on his AoE, it was 6,000, 4,000, 6. So between 4 and 6,000. But yeah, I call Green Arrow the average. Now, is he average? No, but in this exercise, that's how I treat him. And with the others, I just try to compare the damage equally. So he had crit hits that all went 3K, 3.5K tops. So far, it looks like King Shazam outperforms him. Now, in this video, in the 6010 video, all of his abilities, of course, aren't maxed out, but I take the ones that you saw, and I took them to the penultimate level, with the exception of the A2. The A2, I think I still left at 4 at this point. So, as far as damage, it looks like he's slightly, a little bit above average. So let's try to have this, look at this again. That was 6,000 there from Green Arrow. This AoE from Kid Flash is about 2,000, no crit. Okay, so it was there. The A1s were similar for Green Arrow. Oh, and Green Arrow just hit. Okay, so then that must have been a positive negative affinity thing there, because I remember doing this before in the video that I deleted, and I felt as though his damage, his outright damage, was pretty average, like maybe slightly above, but pretty average. Not anything to write home about. Like he's not going to take out entire waves by himself. But I'll say average damage. I think worth investing in to get through PvE content. So we'll go ahead and let them finish him off. Oh, wow, that was solid. Well, he did have disease and he did crit. That was solid damage right there. Positive affinity though, so you have to remember that. In any case, so I will stop this video now, and then we will go back to the game. And we're back to the game. So now I'm going to take him into PvP. If I'm being honest, and maybe this is just my view or my prejudice against the buff that I do say that I love so much, it is that I don't feel as though disease works really well in PvP. Like, I can't wait to try him in Nightmare campaign. I think that's where, because I found a resurgence in my love for disease in a Nightmare campaign, because I actually got it to work on a few times. So for those longer battles, disease is definitely where you want to go. So in the next Nightmare campaign, I'm going to take King Shazam in there with Roz and hopefully that'll work out. So in any case, as I ramble trying to think of how I want to build this team, Harley Quinn is there. And now I want to run King Shazam with Roz, because you want to spread that disease. But if I'm going to put Green Lantern in, what I'm going to do then by that token is I'm going to put in Man-Bat. Man-Bat also does disease. He attacks those that taunt. Let's take Red Robin out. What is he even doing in there? I'm tempted to put in Barda as a shield to protect them. So let's go ahead and put Barda in, see if this works. I do not believe that this team will win. Especially since I have a Azrael hiding behind a Grundy. I was more concerned about how to build the team with King Shazam than I was with actually dealing with Azrael, which is someone you always need to deal with, always need to pay attention to. All right, so in any case, we're going to probably lose this in terrible, terrible fashion. You know what? Or am I going to... Nope, that's probably me being too cute. Let me go ahead and just smack her. Isn't this a wonderful start, right? I don't even know. Should I just stun Grundy and then wait for Azrael to murder us? Yep. All right, so... just go ahead and leave. Ain't no point in doing this now. So, dealing with Azrael, not fun. So I guess the way to go about it with... and the thing is that before I did do a video where it was kind of like King Shazam was on the team, but he had no effect on what was happening. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I beat that team with King Shazam on it, but he didn't do anything. He was just there, and we spent all of our time protecting him. So we have two taunters, so we're gonna have to pull in someone's favorite. Someone else have True Sight other than Superboy? Not really enough. My Superboy isn't strong enough to take out Azrael on his own. So I think I'm going to do the Red Robin Arcus thing. Yeah, I guess I'm going to do the Red Robin Arcus thing. Red Robin is coming up in an event. Get him. I make fun of Red Robin a lot, but genuinely, speaking genuinely, he is an incredible support toon. Get him, get him, get him. Don't tell anyone that I said that. Okay? That's just between me and you. Don't tell anybody I said that. I got to keep my reputation, you know what I'm saying? All right, so now let's go ahead and take out Azrael. Oh, well, no, because Grundy is a turn 0 taunter, so the disease did go to a taunter, but I don't know if it was because of Grundy or because of the taunt, because, you know, Harley Quinn's a taunter as well. So, who knows? All right, so let's go ahead and take out Azrael. Now, the not so fun part about this team composition is that a lot of his kit is based on damage with disease. And well, let's go ahead and smack that one. And he gave him 2 disease, so that's good. That's that random passive coming in. No, he's not. So let's... So, that means that hopefully, let's go ahead and smack, get rid of Harley Quinn. Let's see how much damage he does. Grundy still has disease, right? Yeah, he does. All right, so this is the one that gives you 20% additional damage per disease on the target max. So it should be 60 because there were 3 diseases. That was plus 60% damage. Now, to be fair, it's Grundy. He's a tanky taunter. So to be fair there, I mean, ooh, he has more disease now, though, which is always fun. All right, so we took him out. So let's try to hit that again. 5, 8. Does give him more disease though. Want to try it one more time? And then Grundy should probably fall after this, just based on disease alone. So, or maybe I have it. I'm gonna buff because I like when disease takes its effect. I like when bleed takes its effect. It's fun to me. I don't know why. I'm sadistic. Um, this has me curious because I said before in that last video with about Jericho, which a lot of you apparently have differing views on what Jericho's going to look like, and I can't wait for the Riddle Me This where we discuss it, or where I go into depth in it. It depends on if I'm going to be able to have guys talk with me about it. But I'm definitely going to go through your comments and everything that you put on Reddit, and I definitely want to go through and see the opinions because there was already on Reddit. There was already one opinion on Jericho that I had not thought of, and it was an awesome reply that made me think like, maybe he isn't that bad. So I can't wait to actually get to that. Anyway, sorry, this isn't about Jericho. So let's go ahead and go with that other team. Now this one's going to be kind of easy because it's all Mystic, so maybe I'll try to make it a little bit more difficult. Let's go ahead and put, where are you, Roz? There you are. Although trying to make it more difficult, Black Flash might create a problem there, huh? If I try to get too cute. Do we have a taunter on that side? No. So that means Man-Bat. Does anyone go invisible? No. Because I kind of want to put Man-Bat in. And then, well, sure. You know what? I'm going to leave Man-Bat out. I'm just going to go Mystic versus Mystic because I feel like if I put any other physical in there, then they're just going to dominate. So let's see. We'll put Star Sapphire in there for the heals and more strength downs. And then probably a taunter. I started working on Grundy today, but he is far from finished. I don't even have him 60-10 yet. Do we have another taunter here? Donna Troy. I don't even use Donna Troy as a taunter anymore. Parasite? I mean, he's not a taunter, but he's beefy. What do you guys think? So this is what happens when I get tired and sleepy. I'm starting to ask opinions of people who haven't watched this video yet. I'm talking to myself too much. All right. Let's hurry up and find I guess Eclipso. I kind of wanted to avoid Eclipso, but we'll go ahead and put him in there. And then should I take out Star Sapphire and put in Hippolyta? Just to have a support because I want those two to be my main damage dealers so that it... Okay, so let's see. Let's see how this goes. And then after this, we'll call it a video. But my opinions are, I do like him. I think he has a really good, fun kit. Although I'm not so sure that he's going to be anything to really write home about. So, oh, of course evasions don't work unless I have Batgirl with them. Awa. See? Being cute. Should have put in Black Flash. What are you reviving for, Roz? Dadgummit. Alright, so let's run it one more time. I do like King Shazam. Part of that bias is probably based on based on bias for the disease debuff I like so much that I've said like 1,000 times in this video already. His damage seems solid. When I say solid, like right on average. And I kind of want to see what happens because I don't want to judge based on what happened with Grundy. I want to see what happens when he hits someone with disease. And it crits, hopefully, but I want to see what happens when he hits someone with disease. Should I put Owlman in there to see what happens when he crits? Now I'm thinking about it, I might do one more battle where I put Owlman in there so he can crit with them. Alright, so let's go ahead and run this. Now, I want to take out Wonder Girl. Thank you, Black Flash. And so, the thing about disease to me is, like, I kind of also like using, Flash can purge him, but I kind of like also using it against speedsters just because, ooh, this is going to hurt. just because they get more turns, and so the disease goes around more and more and more. Really, yo? Well, we won. We won, but we definitely weren't surviving enough. Probably should have put Barta in there to make us a little bit tankier. There was an idea I just had to do, and I totally forgot it. That is how tired I am right now, people. I just said I wanted to try something 35 seconds ago, and now I can't remember. I guess it wasn't that important, was it? Don't even remember what it was that I wanted to try. Oh, I'm exhausted. Okay, so let's stop complaining about being exhausted. What did I want to do? We have King Shazam, we got Roz, Hippolyta I tossed in. I feel like I said I wanted to try with something with someone. Of course I tried with some. That was the dumbest sentence in the history of mankind. I don't know. I don't remember. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it a video here. Maybe I'll take out this team real quick. See if I can make anything work. Given the way that it's built, we'll have a taunter in Arcus, but once he taunts, he also gives himself debuff immunity. So that means Man-Bat won't be useful. We have Cheetah. So they're going to be faster than us, which is going to create a problem, but they are energy heavy. So I'm going to lead in King Shazam and Roz. Then I'm going to put in, I guess, Barta? No. Clayface. Clayface to protect. I really can't remember what I thought of. Oh, geez. It's going to drive me crazy the rest of the day. And then I'm going to rewatch this video real quick before I release it. And then I'm going to be like, oh, no, you're an idiot. All right. So then if I'm doing that, well, I mean, all's fair in DC Legends, right? Harley Quinn and Clayface. Make sure King Shazam is protected. I get the distinct impression that he is a bit squishy. Like, not the squishiest in the world, but you're definitely not counting on him to survive. He's not heavy. So, let's see. Whole lot of cheese here. And I don't even think I've... Now, that one went to Arcus. So that was random. There were no taunters. I can't really judge based on that right now. Let's try to take out Cheetah real quick. I'm surprised we went first. Like, very surprised. Let's try to stun Arcus. That's useful. And we go ahead and give that disease. Let's give some more disease out. Now let's slow him down. And see, that's what you want. That is what you want. I mean, disease is working well. Now, let's see how much damage I do to Arcus. How many disease does Arcus have right now? Well, he has enough. So this will be the max. This will be 100% more. So 15K. I don't want to kill Kilowog, but I'm going to have to. All right, so. All right, I mean, and it wasn't a crit shot either. So, I don't know. I'm not really sure on his damage. I think he does well with disease. I'm going to have to do a lot more experimenting with him, a lot more playing around with him. I don't think he's going to be really something. I think he's going to require a little bit too much work in PvP to make him one of those like automatic off your bench first one you grab, like a Black Flash or whatever, like a Azrael. Like those are guys you know you're going to just go to whenever you reach a tough situation. I think King Shazam is one of those tunes. For me, in my view, he's one of those tunes that I'm going to pull out when I want to have fun. Not necessarily when I was like, I got to get through this part, so I'm going to bring out King Shazam. I don't think he's really built like that. In any case, thank you guys for watching. I apologize for being so exhausted. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.